Today I want to dive a little bit deeper into the Book of Gates, specifically my experiences with the first gate. So, this book isn't about material gain. It's not about casting spells to get a new job or manifest wealth. It's about something much greater, preparing for godhood. But that doesn't mean unchecked power or the ability to do whatever you want. Excuse me, I'm a little congested. True godhood requires balance. It requires transformation, and above all, it requires a willingness to guide others through their own alchemical process. In the ancient Egyptian tradition, those who successfully navigate the trials of the duat, whether in life or in death, are called the justified. They are the ones who have passed the test, who follow the path of Ra, who have become more than human. The journey of Ra through the underworld is not just a story, it's a template for spiritual evolution. And while Ra's ship is guided by gods and divine forces, the ship of the magician is guided by only two things: perception and magic, although I bring Ma'at, which is truth, with me. Or as the ancient Egyptians called them, Sia and Heka. Okay, Sia would be perception, Heka would be magic. This alone tells me that walking this path consciously is not for the inexperienced. But then again, whether we realize it or not, we are traveling through the duat in some form, as above, so below. So those who are living, in a sense, are also traveling below in the duat. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Book of Gates is the way its teachings align with texts that many wouldn't associate with Egyptian mysticism. The Bible, for example, carries striking parallels. Take Matthew 3:12, where it speaks of the wheat being separated from the chaff. This is exactly what happens in the duat. Those who are true are separated from those who are not. Only the justified move forward. Excuse me. Then there's the Zemet, the inner desert, a place of trials and divine encounters. The magician who enters the duat faces tests and meets powerful beings. We see the same concept in Matthew 4:1 through 11, and Luke 4:1 through 13, where Jesus spends 40 days in the desert facing temptation from the devil himself. Even beyond the Bible, this concept of the desert as a crucible for transformation is widespread. The desert is where shamans journey to meet spirits, where prophets receive revelation, where the self is stripped down and rebuilt. One interesting note from the commentary of the Book of Gates, specifically on page 34, stood out to me. It mentions that visionary adepts often feel an overwhelming need to sleep when they are called to work with the gods. This struck me personally. Recently, I've transitioned from using physical tools to connect with entities to relying solely on dream work and study. The idea that sleep itself becomes a ritual aligns with shamanic traditions, where dreams serve as the gateway to the spirit world. The book also states that in the duat, the magician will encounter the living, the dead, and the divine. I can confirm this from personal experience. I've had people tell me they've seen me in dreams. I've seen my dead relatives more frequently, and I've interacted with multiple deities who have shared guidance, sometimes cryptic, sometimes profound. The first gate is where everything becomes real. It's where the magician consciously chooses to face the dangers of the duat. The guardian of this gate is Renennutet, a cobra deity. She represents nourishment, fate, and divine protection, but also venom, initiation, and the power to destroy. In my vision, she bit me, but I wasn't fazed. I felt nothing. Why? My guess is that I had already been prepared for this. My initiation into the Qliphoth involved being bitten by Ne'emah in snake form. That venom had already worked through me, transforming me. By the time I met Renennutet, I had already been through a similar trial. The first gate is only the beginning, but it sets a tone for the entire journey. It's a moment of commitment, a moment where the magician acknowledges that there is no turning back. For those considering walking on this path, I offer this advice. Understand that this isn't about power, it's about transformation. Be prepared for trials that will challenge your perceptions of reality. Pay attention to your dreams. Sometimes the gods speak more clearly there than anywhere else. This is only the start of my journey through the Book of Gates. There is much more to come, and as I continue forward, I'll share my experiences, my insights, and the revelations that arise along the way. If you've worked with the Book of Gates, I'd love to hear your experiences. Feel free to reach out, leave a comment, or share your journey. Until the next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and above all, keep walking the path.